From Josh's perspective, and I guess Brianna's, Josh, why does everyone hate Perez?
I think it's usually because of like the videos he makes against Charlie, if I'm not mistaken. It's like making fun of her for like dancing in bikinis and like the whole like weird old guy sexualizing a girl. That's pretty much what people say. Am I right?
Yeah. I mean, it's funny to me because maybe Dave has, I don't know how much you're into TikTok, Dave. I know you have an account, but it wasn't always the case back in the day where older people were seen as the enemy. But for so many people on TikTok, if you're above the age of 35, they just, for the most part, don't like you, especially if you're talking about TikTokers. Even if I don't say anything critical, they'll just say, this is none of your business, old man. You shouldn't be talking about this.
Yeah. So it is something that I've noticed. Like, we've talked about it, that there is everything that you say is taken very literal, and it is a very young audience. So it is a little bit of a fine line of, like, I actually like Dixie Dement. Like we talk. I've tried to get her on this podcast. I wore like I'm a Dixie Stan shirt, and young people are like, that's creepy, you're old. It was clearly a joke. So there is that element of it. But I get along with Dixie. From what I'm seeing, like, Charlie, does Charlie not like you either? I could see that.
No,
being
Charlie.
Like
Charlie hates Perez. Charlie hates you, 100%.
I mean, she's never even commented on me, so I don't know if that I would describe it that way publicly, at least. I mean, she might have spoken to you privately if you're privy to any information.
I'm not super like close friends with Charlie. Like, we don't really talk on a like at all. But what I see on like Twitter, or what I see is like when she talks about how she's going to continue like being confident and posting what she wants to post in.
Was that a subtweet?
That's like,
was that like a
that's
subtweet
got to
at
be a
you where she's
subtweet
like,
at you for like
I
commenting.
feel happy and confident. So me wearing a bathing suit, swimsuit at the beach is a problem. Well, sucks to suck, doesn't it? Was that at you?
Yeah. Had to be.
I don't think it was just at me, because a lot of people around that time were also commenting about her. What kicked everything off was I first joined TikTok in August of 2019, and I used it for a long time. Then in March, on my For You page, I saw this video of Charlie D'Amelio. And at that point, I don't know if she was number one yet, but maybe she was the second most followed person. And I'm an old fart now. I'm in my 40s. I have 3 kids. And I think like an old person.
You have 3 kids?
Yeah, I have 3 children, young. I have a 7-year-old, a 5-year-old, and a 3-year-old. And I saw this at the time, 15-year-old girl dancing, doing adult choreography, like gyrating was how I perceived it, in a bikini with a low camera angle to a song that literally went, I don't take big blank, but I'll blank on it. Yeah, I didn't know if we could curse. Yeah. It was a very explicit song. In hindsight, I should have directed. So I left a comment, which I do not regret. My comment was, is this appropriate? That's all I asked. And because of that one comment, people falsely accused me of body shaming her. People falsely accused me of all of these things. I just asked a legitimate question. In hindsight, I probably should have directed that question at her parents, because I get it. She was 15. She was doing what all of the other popular TikTokers were doing or whatnot, but her parents should be or are monitoring her TikTok, is dancing to a song about taking dick and fucking the right thing to do when you're 15 and in a bikini and all of these.
But that is why I could see the TikTok world being like, hey, old man, get the fuck out of here. Man. Because it's like their world, and it's like they're not inviting like grandpa into it to be like, yo, is this so I get that. I get that element of it.
It was insane. I've been around, like I said, for 17 years. I've never, and this is probably something that Josh experiences and all of the other popular TikTokers. I've never seen a platform as toxic as TikTok. After that, which I don't regret, and I'm not sorry for that comment, For 3 whole months, March, April, and May, I had her fans telling me to kill myself every day. It was a very popular trend at the time called fairy comments, where they would leave like the most disgusting things, like you're a baddie but without the bad, like die, or some stupid ones like
you're a baddie without the bad.
Yeah, get it? Because like baddie has BADDIE, so like die.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, we've been around the block.
Like,
what was that one where people could leave like just anonymous comments, like college like that was worse. But no, again,
I can handle it. My point is I can take it because I've been around so long. Right. But I do have a lot of empathy for some of these very young TikTokers that are dealing with the it really is the most insanely toxic platform that I've ever seen.
Yeah, no, TikTok is definitely the most toxic platform. I mean, I see that. And then I've also seen like Nessa go through that a lot. She used to get so much hate on the platform. And like all the comments were just like, kill yourself, kill yourself, kill yourself.
That girl, your on again, off again girlfriend. On again, right?
On always, just girlfriend.
I wasn't very... If you know anything about me, you know that Perez always keeps it real, and I only say things that I truly believe. Right. I wasn't that familiar with your girlfriend for a while. I actually got mostly introduced to her recently through her music, which I actually really like. I think she's very talented and has a real future as a musician. And and I don't say that about everybody, because some of the other TikTokers are trying to do music, and I would not say very successfully.
Josh just released
I just released Lemon Dreams.
Lemon Drop Kid. We listened to it like
you did.
Yeah.
Was it just released today?
No, someone hacked my Spotify and they released a song under it. I don't know if you've seen. That's been like a weird trend recently. They did it to Griffin. They also did it to me. Yeah, so I don't know. Do you think, I have a question about the TikToks and like the section, like how people say it's sexualizing, right? Like that's what people are going for. Do you think that whole appropriate thing, do you think that like the thought behind the TikTok, like I don't think Charlie's going into making that TikTok and being like, this is a sexual thing. I think like TikTok has a pretty young and like playful, I guess, feel to it. So even though like songs today just have those lyrics, like what do you like, is it TikTok's fault for not bleeping out those cuss words when they're making trends to those dances? Like,
no. Like I said, I really think it was more about the parents, and I should have been more specific. Like why I should have asked.
But you sound like a total asshole though to be like, to jump in and be like, where's her parents on this? Again, I think they view it, in the world's fucked now. And it always is, but kids are younger and younger. I think they view it more as you're in our playground. Like, get out of here. Like, don't tattle our parents. Don't do this. That's where the sexualization comes out. I think, how old are they? 17, 18, 19? If they're doing that to each other.
She was 15 at the time. And it was, by the time that video happened, it was the peak TikTok boom, because everybody was home in the middle of the pandemic, and kids may not want to accept this, but TikTok is not for children anymore. It's for everybody. They made a big concerted effort to get, like, TikTok asked me to join. That's the craziest thing. Back in the summer of 2019, they had a call with me and they wanted me on the app.
But the definite answer that I would throw out, and I could see the TikTokers, it's like, is this appropriate? And if I was getting into it, I'd be like, is it appropriate for you to be watching it? That's what, like, I
said, it was on my For You page. Yeah. She was the most followed still is the most followed person.
But you could, you don't have to, like, comment, I guess. I see what you're saying. I can see,
but that's my job too. I'm a commenter. I'm a pop culture pundit. I talk about what's popular. She is the most followed person, and
I don't even know if it's necessarily
it's absolutely fine to have an opinion. And the big difference, kids nowadays are a little soft.
I agree with that.
I don't do things how I used to. If old Perez would have been on TikTok in 2007, I would have definitely
you had drawn like a vagina on her face or something.
I would have done things very differently. Thankfully, don't do things how I used to do anymore. And even doing things in a different way, I still get in a lot of trouble.
And there's also an element that, like, a lot of the people just have no idea who you are, like because they're so young and they're not around.
Right, so they're gonna attack someone that they don't know for sure, 100%. But also, like, is it really inappropriate for a 15-year-old to be talking about that shit? Because that's like a 10th grader. Are you saying like people in 10th grade aren't talking about like sexual things?
There's a difference between talking about it with your friends and then doing a dance saying like, I want to hop on your dick and posting it for the world, which is what she did.
But they're doing it anyways. Like, and Barcelona.
I mean, like, look at YouTube videos
that talk how we talk. But like, this is probably, what grade did you say that was, Josh?
She would have been in 10th grade at least.
Yeah, so I mean,
like,
these songs are out. You could go all the way like down the chain or back up the chain.
In 10th grade,
should this song be released with these lyrics?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, you can go all the way down. TikTok's just given the platform where everyone sees it, and I agree with it. Like, I call these guys, this is how I started, I'm like these wiggle dickers now. I don't know what they're doing. They just like wiggle their dicks in front of a mirror. That's how like we started talking. Yep. But I see what you're saying, Perez. It's like my job to comment on, but it's certainly a gray area when the super young are now like the super popular.
Yeah. No, and like I said, people may not want to hear this. I do not regret that comment. All I asked is this appropriate? I didn't say shame on her. I didn't say how disgusting. I didn't say anything else. Right. I just asked an open-ended question that I thought was a relevant question.
Would you, when you go back to that time when you're commenting to that, are you rewording that or are you just leaving it?
No, exactly I said I would reword it. I would say, I would pose it like, why haven't her parents taken this down yet?
But you sound like a narc. That's why you get all like the hate.
But I don't care. Yeah, I'm an old man. I'm a father of 3.
That's fine.
I am old. I am not hip. I am not a kid. I'm not trying to be.
Fine. Are you owning like the Karen? Like you're owning the Karen title? Is that what you're doing?
No.
Is that the brand?
I think Karens are often entitled and privileged and out of touch. And I am out of touch with youth culture. I'm not trying to be, but to me, Karens often don't. It's tinged a lot in racial things and in just not in science.
I think they're just like usually the loud person at the grocery store that's like yelling at you for cutting in line. No,
no, because in real life I'm actually like I don't want any drama.